Backhand stances. A complete player should be able to use all types of backhand stances: closed, neutral or side stance, semi-open, and open. Some players are able to or only use one or two stances. This can really limit their shot options and movement on the court. When rating stances, observe what stances a player is using during different types of shots, taking into consideration which ones he or she can perform. To rate objectively, it is important to understand what stances should be used in particular situations. It is not about the stance, but about when it is being used. Let's start with the closed stance. The closed stance is still the most popular stance in tennis, even on the professional tour. This stance should be used only occasionally on some running and short angle shots. The closed stance forces the player to have the contact point with the ball a bit later than it should be. The other disadvantage of this stance is that it over-rotates the knee and hip joint, which can later lead to long-term injuries. Lower back injuries are also common after using this stance for long periods of time. Neutral, also called the side stance, is the most effective stance for both one- and two-handed backhand shots. This is a great stance when used on balls around the middle of the court, as well as shorter balls and when approaching the net. All players should use this stance as much as possible because it allows them to hit the ball earlier, transfer their body weight through the ball, and follow through forward. The semi-open stance is used mostly by female professional players. Since this stance is best used on shots where weight transfer from back foot to front foot is needed, it should be used when returning or when backing up on long balls. The open stance had its boom about 15 to 20 years ago and is still very popular, especially on the women's pro tour. This stance should be used when returning quick serves, occasionally when hitting wide running shots, or when there is no time on very deep shots. The open stance also has its disadvantages. It is hard to hit down the line with an open stance, and it also slows down the reaction time when running for short or long balls.